What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday morning. It's absolutely freezing Sunday morning here on the banks of the Mersey. So I'm out here Sunday morning, freezing me bollocks off, but I'm out walking the dog, guys. But seems there's not much content out there because it's international, because of the internationals. I thought I'd just try and put a little video together for you guys. But I wanted to say one thing first. Now, the last couple of videos I've made have done very well. Well, pretty well for myself. So I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who was supporting the channel, anyone who was subscribed and watching the videos. I wanted to say a big thank you. I do appreciate the support. But if you're not subscribed already, please go down and subscribe to the channel. And if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Commenting and thumbs up go a long way in putting this video out there to more and more people, which only helps the channel to grow. So if you can, guys, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. So let's just get into it, guys. Yeah, like I say, seems there's not much content out there. I thought I'd just try and put a little video together for you, just talking about the there's my dog there. Just talking about the signings that we made in the summer. Lennox, getting a bit too close to that water he is. Yeah, so we made 6 signings in the summer. Kepa, Hincapié, Norgard, Eze, Madueke, and Gyökeres. Oh, sorry guys, just wanted to let you know, I'm actually testing out this new microphone. I'm not too sure on the quality of it. So if the quality is not great, guys, I do apologise. So yeah, we made the 6 summer signings. I just wanted to kind of talk about how I see these signings, how they fared in the season to now. Yeah, there's a couple of months to go, but like I say, it seems there's not much content out there. I just thought I'd just put something together for you guys. So first of all, we talk about Kepa. Now, is Kepa a good goalkeeper or not? Yeah, personally, I think Kepa is a good, maybe even close to very good keeper. He has some vulnerabilities about his game. He's not so good with the ball at his feet, and his ball handling ain't the best, which proved against Man City in the final. But in all fairness, as a backup goalkeeper, Kepa is a very good backup keeper. There's not many clubs there's not many teams in the Premier League with a better backup goalkeeper than Kepa. Would I have picked him for the final? No, I wouldn't. I mean, that's a mistake Arteta made, but we have to just get over that now. But in the games he's played, he's not played many. He's played the cup games, hasn't he? But he hasn't really put much of a foot wrong, other than the final. Now, granted that the teams he did play against were lower league teams, and this dog's trying to jump up for me phone. Yeah, but I think he's played very well in some of the games that he's played. I don't think this season has been bad. Do I like Kepa? Yeah. Would I keep him as a backup keeper for next season? Possibly, yeah. So what would I rate his season so far out of 10? Personally, I'd probably give him a 5 or a 6, maybe just a 6. I mean, like I say, he hasn't put much of a foot wrong. If he hadn't have conceded, if he hadn't have fucked up for that goal in the final, you'd probably be looking on a 6 to a 7. I don't think he's been that bad, in all honesty. And would I keep him for next season? Yeah, I would. So let's move on to Nkapie. Nkapie. Now, I absolutely love this player. I think he's a different animal. And yet, Nkapie first came into the club. I think he picked up an injury initially in the first week or two. Before, I think it was during pre-season, if I remember correctly, which put him out for a few weeks. So he missed the first few weeks of the season. First month of the season, I think, actually, if I remember correctly. But since he's come into the squad and he's built up his fitness and now he's getting used to it, he's having a great season, in all honesty. Now, granted, yet again, in the final, he didn't play very well. He got absolutely roasted by Semenyo. But let's face it, who did play well in that final? No one really, did they? But as far as the signing in itself, am I happy with that? I'm very, very happy with that. What would I give Nkapie for the season so far out of 10? I'd probably give him a 7 or an 8. Let's just go for 7.5, guys. I would give him a 7.5. And am I happy with the signing? Like I said, yeah, very happy. So let's just move on to Norgard. Now, Christian Norgard. I think as a backup number 6, I'm very happy with Norgard. Do I think he should have been given more playing time? Probably. But I do understand why he hasn't. But maybe in the last month or so, he probably should have got a bit more game time in the Premier League, because Mendy is starting to show a bit of fatigue in the last few weeks, hasn't he? I think that's just down to the intensity of the Premier League that he's not used to. But am I happy with the Norgard signing? Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Would I be prepared to keep him for next season? No, I would. But if we can get somebody better as a backup number 6, then by all means. But I'd have no issue if he was still there as the backup number 6 for next season. And what would I give him out of 10 for the season so far? Now, I'd probably have to just give him a 5, because he hasn't really had that much game time, has he? When he has come in, he's done very well. So you could possibly raise that 5 to a 6. So let's just say 5.5, guys. For me, I'll give him a 5.5 for the 5.5 for the season. So let's move on to. I'll do Madueke first. So Madueke. Now, most fans weren't happy with this signing, and I've got to say, I was probably one of them. But I was happy for the signing as a backup, but initially people thought he was joining to be the left side, the first choice left side and forward, which I don't think anybody was happy about, myself included. But to be a backup for the left side or the right side, I was quite happy for that to be the case. But Madueke, I've got to say, has impressed a lot more than I, and I'm pretty sure most other Arsenal fans expected also. Now, we've been kind of lucky we've had him there because of the form that Saka's brought this season. Saka's form all season has been poor. I can probably count on one hand the amount of games that Saka's given us that's been a rating of a 7 or above. So Saka has been very poor this season. So it's been a good thing that we had Madueke there to come in and actually come in with the type of performances that he has done. Now he needs to brush up on his final delivery. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with the Madueke signing. So, what would I give Madueke for the season? I'd probably give him 6.5 or a 7, guys. I don't know about you, but I'd probably give him the 7 because he's been there and he's done a job for us when we've needed him to most. So that being said, Lennox, I'll give him a 7 for the season so far. So let's move on to Eberechi Eze. Now, everyone was buzzing when we made this signing, and obviously the way we signed them made it all the more sweeter, didn't it? But he failed to impress me until very recently, guys. I mean, personally, I wasn't liking his performances. I didn't think we were getting anything from him going forward, and we certainly weren't getting anything from him on his defensive duties. So, more often than not, when he wasn't really getting into the side, was he, to begin with? But then when he was getting his opportunities and his chances, he was failing to impress. But ever since that Tottenham game where he got his hat-trick, whenever he's come in to the side since then, yeah, he still had a few games where he wasn't too good, but he's really starting to come into his own now, and he's impressing me so much that very recently I've admitted that I was wrong on Eze, because there was at one point where I was not happy with the signing at all, because of the performances we were getting, and I was beginning to believe myself that this might have been the wrong signing, and he may not be as good as we thought, but he's turned it around, guys. And so I had to hold my hands up, didn't I, and own it, that I think I got it wrong. That signing was a great signing, and he's starting to show that he's a great player. So, all that being said, what would I give him out of 10 for the season so far? I'd probably have to give him a 7 as well, maybe a 7.5. He's done fantastic the last couple of months. Now, if he'd have started the season the way he's well, to the point of where he is right now, in terms of his performances, then he'd probably be getting an 8.5. But for me, he's got a 7.5. So let's move on to Victor Gyökeres, guys. Now, this was a signing every Arsenal, well, I say every Arsenal fan. There was probably a few that actually didn't want him, but I wasn't one of those. I was absolutely buzzing to get Victor Gyökeres. I wanted him over Sesko any day. Well, in terms of his goal scoring, he wasn't impressive, was he, guys? And most fans weren't seeing the bigger picture in his all-round game, because I noticed this straight away, in all honesty. Now, whether your striker's scoring or not, as long as you're winning, he's doing something right. And even though he wasn't scoring for his first 10 games or something mad like that, we were still winning. So it showed that we were still getting goals from somewhere else, and there was a reason why we were able to get goals from other players on such a regular basis as well. And that's because of the movement and the space he was creating for them and everything else. But recently, he's another one who's starting to come into his own. He's starting to find his feet in the Premier League. He's starting to find his feet with his teammates, and they're fine. Well, some of them anyway. But yeah, everything's starting to gel for him. I'm hoping he can finish the season strong and then come on to next season and just absolutely smash it. Just like he just has done for Sweden. Getting a hat-trick for Sweden. It's just a shame Mikel Arteta can't use him in the same way that Sweden do and that Sporting Lisbon did when they had him. But what would I give him for the season? Yeah, am I happy with the signing? Yeah, I'm very happy with the signing. What would I give him for the season? I'd probably give him a 7. Yeah, I'd probably give him a 7, guys. So guys, that's it for the video. I need to get back. I've got no gloves on my hands are freezing. I'm out here in 7-degree, 30-40 miles per hour winds. If you can see that river there, look how choppy it is. Like, it's not good out here, guys. So I'll let you just see me dog. You just want to see me dog. Yeah, lad. He's a Johnson type American Bulldog, if anyone wants to know. But that's a bit. So guys, I'm going to get out of this weather, get home. Like I've said, please go and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace out. Come on, you Gunners!